Viewers at home, you are welcome to my presentation on means and yield variances with material wastages or normal loss. Means and yield variances with material wastages or normal loss. If this is your first time of coming across my channel, or if you have not subscribed previously, please don't forget to click on the red subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icon so that you'll be notified each time I drop a new video. If you are a returning subscriber, I say thank you and God bless you. So, means and yield variances with material wastages or normal loss. This is the part 2 of my presentation. In the part 1, I have explained material means variance and material yield variance. I've told you that I have given you the formula for calculating the material means and yield variance. I said material means variance. Material means variance. I said it is the revised standard quantity minus actual quantity multiplied by the standard price. The revised standard quantity. I've told you that RSQ stands for the revised standard quantity. I said to calculate the revised standard quantity, I said it is standard quantity multiplied by the actual means. Standard quantity times actual means. That will give us the revised standard quantity. I said actual means represent the total actual input. The total actual input, that is actual means. So, and I said material yield variance. Material yield variance. I said it is equal to the standard quantity based on actual production minus the revised standard quantity multiplied by the standard price. The revised standard quantity you have obtained here. So that is material yield variance. So one thing I'm going to add in this part 2 is the treatment of material wastages or loss in material means variance and yield variances computation. Treatment of wastages or normal loss in means and yield variance or variances. Treatment of wastages or normal loss in means and yield variances. Number 1, I want you to take note of the following. Note, anytime there are wastages or normal loss, material means variance is not affected by the material wastages or normal loss. Material means variance is not affected. Material means variance is not affected by the material wastages or by the wastages or normal loss. It's not affected by the wastages or normal loss. It's not affected by the wastages or normal loss. 2. The yield variance will take into account of material wastages or normal loss. The yield variance will take into account it will take into account of material wastages or normal loss. I told you that in the calculation of the material mix variance, that the calculation will not be affected by the material wastages or normal loss. So you don't need anything about material wastages or normal loss in the computation of material mix variance. But when you are computing the material yield variance, you will need to take into consideration the materials wastages and normal loss. Please take note of that. I want to solve question as work example. This question is obtained from ACCA study test by BPP. ACCA study test on performance management. F5. Example. Pan Ocean Chemicals has one product which requires inputs from 3 types of material to produce batches of synthene. Standard cost details for a single batch are shown below. You have the material type S1, S2 and S3. Material type S1, S2 and S3. You have the standard quantity in kilograms. 8 for S1, 5 for S2 and 3 for S3. We also have standard price per kilogram in dollar. 0.30 for S1, 0.50 for S2 and 0.40 for S3. You were told that a standard loss of 10% input is expected. Actual output was 15,408 kilograms for the previous week. Details of material used where you have material grade S1, S2, S3. You have the quantity 8,284, 3,535, 3,334 required. Calculate the individual material mix, yield and usage variances. So that is the question. So you want to compute the mix, yield and the usage variance. And I've told you that to calculate the material mix variance solution. 1. Materials mix variance. I said it is equal to the revised standard quantity minus actual quantity multiplied by the standard price. Revised standard quantity minus actual quantity multiplied by the standard price. So we want to compute the revised standard quantity. Revised standard quantity RSQ. We want to compute the revised standard quantity. So we have 3 materials, 3 grades, S1, S2 and S3. S1, S2 and S3. What is the standard quantity of S1? The standard quantity of S1 we have 8 kg, 5 kg and 3 kg. 8 kg, is in kilogram. 8 kg, 5 kg, and 3 kg. So when you sum it up, 8 plus 5 plus 3, that will give us 16. Then I've told you that you need to determine the actual miss. Actual miss. I've told you that actual means is the total actual input. Input, that is the raw material used in production, the total. You were told that details of the material used were, you have for grade S1, S2, and S3. H2, H4. These are the actual mixed. That is the actual input. So you are going to sum up these three. You sum them up. So what is the total? 8,284 plus 7,535 plus 3,334. So we have 8,284 plus 7,535 plus 3,334. Then the total is 8,284 plus 7,535 plus 3,334. The total is 19,153 kilograms. 19,153 kilograms. 19,153 kilograms. 19,153 kilograms. You are now going to apportion this actual mix. You apportion it using the standard quantity. So we have for S1, then you have 8 out of 16 times 19,153. That will give us 9,576.5 kilograms. That is for S1. Then S2 will be 5 over 16 times 19,153. That will give us 5,985.3 kilograms. For S3, we have 3 out of 16 times 19,153. That will give us 3,591.2 kilograms. That is the revised standard quantity. Now, having computed our revised standard quantity, then we can now go ahead calculating our material mix variance. I told you that material mix variance, I said it is equal to the revised standard quantity minus actual quantity multiplied by the standard price. And you have 3 materials. We have S1, S2, S3. Our revised standard quantity for S1, we got 9,576.5. 9,576.5 9,576.5. For S2, we have 5,985.3 kilograms. That is for S2. For S3, we have 3,591.2 kilograms. For S3, 3,591.2. 3,591.2 kilograms minus. Then you also need actual quantity. What are the actual inputs? For S1, we have 8,284. For S2, 7,535. And S3, we have 3,334. So let's substitute for the actual quantity. So we have actual quantity 8,284. Then for S2, 7,535. For S3, 3,334. Multiplied by the standard price. So you go back to where you have information about the standard. So our standard price. The standard price is given. Standard price per kg 0.3, 0.5 and 0.4. That is our standard price. So now let's substitute for the standard price. You have 0.30, 0.50 and 0.40. So if you have 9,576.5 minus 8,284 multiplied by 0.3, that will give us 387. We have 387.8 or 0.75. 387.8.75. 387.75. The reverse standard quantity is greater than the actual quantity. That means the actual quantity you use in production is less than the standard. So that is to show that it is a favorable variance. Then 5,985 minus 7,535 times 0.5. We have 774.85. Adverse. It is an adverse variance because the actual quantity used is more than the standard. So it's an adverse variance. Then 3,591.2 minus 334. Then if you multiply the result by 0.4, you have 102.88. 102.88. That is favorable because the actual quantity used is less than standard. So it is a favorable variance. So when you sum it up, so material means variance now. The total, this and this are favorable, and this is the only adverse. When you sum it up, you have 284.22 adverse. It's an adverse variance because the adverse is more than the total of the favorable. So you still be left with adverse 284.22 adverse. Then the next one is material yield variance. Don't forget, I've told you that in calculation of the yield variance that you are going to take into consideration the loss or material wastages. So materials yield variance. 2. Material yield variance. I said it is equal to the standard quantity based on actual production minus the revised standard quantity multiplied by the standard price. Standard quantity based on actual production minus the revised standard quantity multiplied by the actual price. So now we have determined our revised standard quantity. So our revised standard quantity as calculated above is still the same. So it is still the same. So what we need is the standard quantity based on actual production. But this time around, you are going to take into consideration the effect of the material loss. So we have 3 materials. Now let's determine standard quantity. Standard quantity of actual output, or standard quantity based on actual output. Standard quantity based on actual output or based on actual production. So we have 3 materials: S1, S2 and S3. These are the 3 materials we have. The standard quantity of S1 still remain the same. So the standard quantity is still 8, 5 and 3. So the standard quantity 8, 5 and 3. Now, based on actual output. So when you sum it up, you have 16. You were told that 10%, a standard loss of 10%, a standard loss of 10% input is expected. If 10% input is expected in the standard, so we have normal loss, which is 10% input of 16. Our input is 16. 10% of 16 will be 1.6. 1.6. Now, if there is a loss of 1.6, if you subtract 1.6 from 16, then you'll be left with 14.4. 14.4. So the standard quantity based on actual output for A, you have for S1 we have 8 over 14.4 multiplied by, what is the actual output? Actual output. You were told that a standard loss of 10% input is expected. Actual output was 15,408 kgs. This is the actual output, 15,408. Now we have times 15,408 kgs. 15,408 kg. So we have 15,408. 15,408 divided by 14.4. Then multiply by 8. Then we have 8,560. 8,560 kgs. For S2, you have 5 over 14.4 times 15,408. Then we have 5,350 kgs. 5,350 kgs. For S3, we have 3 over 14.4 times 15,408. That will give us 3,210 kgs. 3,210 kg. We have determined the standard quantity based on actual input. Standard quantity based on actual output. Standard quantity based on actual output. So, we now want to compute the material yield variance. Don't forget, I've told you that material yield variance is equal to the standard quantity based on actual production minus revised standard quantity multiplied by the standard price. Now, let's substitute. We have material yield variance, which is standard quantity based on actual production minus revised standard quantity multiplied by the standard price. So we have S1, S2, S3. S1, S2, S3. For S1, the standard quantity based on actual production as calculated is 8,560 kg. That is for S1, 8,560. For S2, we got 5,350. 5,350. For S3, we got S3, and that is 3,210. 3,210. 3,210 minus the revised standard quantity. Revised standard quantity as calculated, that of S1, revised standard quantity for S1, that is 9,576.5. So that was our first workings under the mixed variance. Then that of S2, we got 5,985.3. 5,985.3. That of S3, we got 3,591.2 multiplied by the standard price. The standard price as given in the question for S1, the standard price is $0.30. For S2, we have $0.50, and for S3 is $0.40. So if you have 8,560, 8,560 minus 9,576.5 multiplied by 0.30, then we have 304.95. 304.95 dollar. This is greater than this. That is to show that it is adverse. Then for S2, 5,350 minus 5,985.3, then multiply by 0.5. Then we got 317.65 adverse. 317.65 adverse. 3,210 minus 3,591.2 multiplied by 0.40. That will give us 152.48. 152.48 adverse. So when you sum up the whole of the adverse variances, then we have 304.95 plus 317.65 plus 152.48. Then we have 775.08. 775.08 adverse. That is the material yield variance. Material yield variance. So it's an adverse variance. Then you are also asked to calculate the material usage variance. Material usage variance. Number 3. I've told you earlier or from my previous lecture that the sum of the material mix variance and material yield variance will give us the material usage variance. Material usage variance, and for better understanding I will advise you to go over my lectures on materials variances, and that will be the standard quantity based on actual production minus actual quantity multiplied by the standard price. So we have material X1, S2 and S3. Our standard quantity based on actual production as calculated, this represents the standard quantity based on actual production, standard quantity of actual output or actual production. So which still remain 8,560, 5,350 and 3,210. So for S1 we have 8,560 kgs. For S2 5,350 kgs, and for S3 3,210 kgs minus actual quantity. Actual quantity as given in the question, you have 8,284, 7,535 and 3,334. So actual quantity 8,284, 7,535 and 3,334. multiplied by the standard price. The standard price of S1 is 0.3 as given in the question. That of S2 is 0.5 as given in the question, and that of S3 is 0.40. So, material usage variance. 8,560 minus 8,284 multiplied by 0.30, and that gives us 82.8 favorable. 82.8 favorable. 5,350 minus 7,535 multiplied by 0.50. There we have 1,092.5 adverse. The third one, you have 3,210 minus 3,334 multiplied by 0.4. Then we have 49.6 adverse. So you now sum them up. The total will be 1,050. Now let me sum them up. These two are adverse. Let's add the adverse. 1,092.5 plus 49.6. The total of adverse is 1,142.1 minus favorable minus 82.8. Then you have 1,059.3 adverse, because adverse exceed favorable. 1,059.3 adverse. That is material usage variance. Then I want to present the summary of this to confirm the correctness of our workings. But I want you to know, you should be expecting another part 3 of means and yield variance, where I'm going to solve questions from the past examination question. This is a past examination question. So now summary of the whole workings. The summary, we have computed our material mix variance and our yield variance. Our material yield variance, and that is 775.08. That is yield variance, 775.08. 775.08. That is adverse. Then the material mix variance have equally been computed, and we got 284.22 adverse. 284.22 adverse. 284.22 adverse. You now sum up the mix and the yield variance. 284.22 plus 775.08. The total is 1059.3. 1059.3 adverse, and that will give us the material usage variance. If you confirm our material usage variance, we got 1059.3 adverse, which agrees with what was obtained by summing up our mix and the yield variance. Be expecting the part 3 where ACCA past examination questions shall be solved. Please, if you have not subscribed previously, don't forget to click on the red subscribe button so that you will be receiving a notification in form of messages whenever I drop a new video. Thanks.